In today's video, we're going to be talking about silver, gold, the debt ceiling, and the $3.5 trillion stimulus deal that we have in front of us. I'm also doing a giveaway in the VIP club right now. Join before October 1st to automatically get entered, and you can already watch Saturday and Sunday's videos right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of both silver and gold, some updates related to the precious metals, but I also wanted to talk about some information regarding raising the debt ceiling, along with some updates on the $3.5 trillion stimulus deal that's currently sitting on the table. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Got the brand new Lone Wolf collection out now, as well as the even newer Consistency is Key collection, also out now. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today is Friday, September 24th, 2021. We're going to get into the spot price of silver and gold momentarily, but whatever the spot price is as I'm filming the video is going to be different from the time I post the video, so head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But like I said, it is Friday, September 24th. We're getting really close to that Monday, September 27th deadline. I wanted to talk a little bit about raising the debt ceiling and this $3.5 trillion stimulus deal first. And I want to talk about how it could indirectly or potentially directly impact the spot price of both silver and gold. So before we get into the precious metals, I wanted to talk about this really quick. And I'd also really appreciate it if we can all keep our political opinions to ourselves. We're not here for opinions, we're here for facts. So first things first, part of this bill that's being negotiated right now involves massive tax increases for corporations and high-income earners. And if that's part of the bill, that's part of the bill. The problem I have is how it's being advertised, because they're starting to say that this bill, this trillion dollar bill, isn't going to cost us anything. They're saying that the tax hikes, the tax increases will cover it, so it's not anything to worry about. So as soon as it starts to get pushed in that direction, that's how you know there's a really big red flag in front of us. So that's something that I wanted to take note on really quick. But it's not even just that, because if you increase the taxes on them, you know it's going to get trickled down to us. You know that the price of gas is going to go up, the price of food is going to go up. You know that this is going to happen. So obviously we all have an issue with that. I just wanted to kind of point out where they're pointing the finger right now, because it's something that we need to pay close attention to. The next thing I wanted to talk about is that there's already supposed to be a deal at this point. It's already supposed to be worked on and worked out by now, but surprise, surprise, still no deal. Only a quote-unquote menu of options, which means they have absolutely no deal. Which also means they probably have absolutely no idea what's going on right now. But I really wanted to talk about this because what they're supposed to be working on right now is extending the government budget, raising the debt ceiling, and passing this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. Now, evidently, the September 27th deadline that I mentioned earlier in the video, that's now being referred to as a quote-unquote artificial deadline. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it means that the can is going to get kicked further down the road. But there's a really big problem with that, because if we don't raise the debt ceiling, that means, and I know this sounds crazy, we're going to run out of money. And you know what happens if we run out of money? We're going to default on our payments. You know what happens if we default on our payments? It essentially means the country's bankrupt. That's not good. And due to the fact that Democrats have control right now, Republicans are taking a step back and they're saying, hey, this is on you. You're getting no help out of us. And you know how politics works. This is their way of saying, hey, go ahead and screw up. This is going to give us tons of leverage in 2022. But regardless of if we default on our payments and regardless of whose fault it is, that's not good for anyone ever. And now the last thing I wanted to point out before we get into the precious metals is that the artificial deadline, September 27th, That was for a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. So now we're seeing the new focus being put on this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. And in a PBS interview, Pelosi was actually asked, well, what about a smaller deal? What about a smaller package? And her response was something along the lines of, this is the smaller package. We wanted a $6 trillion infrastructure bill. I don't know where on God's green earth they would figure out any possible way of making that happen. They can't even make a $3.5 trillion infrastructure deal happen. They can't even make a $1 trillion infrastructure deal happen. This isn't looking good. And the real reason I wanted to point all of this out was because, and now I'm going to be leading into the precious metals, but like I said before, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, which by the way, in my opinion, I don't think you need to raise the debt ceiling if you reduce spending. How about that? But let's just say we don't increase the debt ceiling. Let's just say we fail to do that. We have deadlines, by the way. So if we fail to raise the debt ceiling by, I believe, early November, so if we fail to do it by then, we're going to default on our payments, and that is not good. That's a horrible sign. That's an atrocious sign. That's far worse than a train wreck waiting to happen. So I just wanted to point all of that out. It's something very, very, very important to remember. It's something to keep an eye on. So now moving away from all of that, let's move into the silver and the gold. Like I said, it's Friday, September 24th, 2021. The current spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video, is $22.42. A mild red day for the beautiful white metal, down 0.36%, or down 8 cents. And the spot price of gold is $17.5320. A mild green day for the beautiful yellow metal, up 0.6%, or up $10.40. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 77 to 78 to 1 range. But again, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So once again, head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. But the reason I wanted to talk about precious metals, the reason I wanted to intertwine everything that I talked about previously, is because all of this debt, all of this potential financial catastrophe on the horizon, this can send us down a very bad path economically. This can send us down a really dangerous route. And I've made videos in the past talking about how when the general state of the economy is in shambles, which one could argue it already is, but imagine it were to get worse. Imagine things were to increasingly become more and more of a disaster. Something that I've been saying for a couple of years now is oftentimes when the economy is in shambles or when we're going through a really rough patch, a lot of the time you can actually see silver and gold thrive. So within the next couple of months, within the next couple of weeks, I don't think we're really going to see much of a disaster or too many ramifications in the near future. But if you push it down a little bit, instead of a couple of weeks, a couple of months, I think if this takes a turn for the worse or just somehow ends up becoming more of a situation than some of us are anticipating, this can really have a big impact on the silver and the gold. Especially when the economy is on shaky grounds, especially when everything is on shaky grounds. I mean, let's be honest, I'm not even going to dive into it. This is a topic for another video, but there are so many reasons that the stock market should be heading in a downward direction, and for the most part, it's actually moving in an upward direction right now, when it's not supposed to be. The real estate market is inflated, or the prices are inflated. Houses are being sold for 10, 20, sometimes 30% higher than what they're actually worth. Businesses are kind of on a tightrope right now. Some of them are thriving, some of them are on the brink of failure. So businesses, the stock market, real estate, all of that's on shaky grounds right now. And when everything is on shaky grounds, when there's a lot of economic uncertainty, when there's fear in the markets, that's when people leave where they're currently sitting and they park their cash, they park their value, I should say, in silver and gold. This is something that we see a lot. This is something that we see during recessions. This is something that we see a couple of months before pretty much every single presidential election ever, every 4 years. For the silver and the gold, this is normal. When everything's on shaky grounds, people like to liquidate, people like to sell off a portion of their portfolios, and they put it into silver and gold. Primarily gold. Gold is the much more stable metal between the two. Why do people do this? Well, it's for that reason right there. Gold being the more stable metal. They're looking for a sense of stability during times of economic instability. Maybe their job is currently no longer considered stable. Maybe some of their investments are beginning to look a little bit unstable. Maybe where they are looking for value is looking a little bit less valuable and a little bit more unstable. So what they do is they take some of that cash, or they take some of that value. They liquidate, they pull back, they lessen their positions, they sell off, and they take that value in paper and they put that value into metal. Now, I'm not saying every single top dog investor is going to do this. Absolutely not. I'm not even going to say that it's going to happen for sure. The next couple of days, we're going to get more insight on Monday, the 27th. I can almost guarantee nothing is going to happen on this quote-unquote artificial deadline. Something tells me the can is going to get kicked even further down the road, but you got to ask yourself, how much further can we kick the can? We have deadlines. You can't kick the can past the deadline. We're going to default on our payments. And to my understanding, based on the research that I've done, I don't think that's happened before. And if it does happen, that's a horrible, detrimental sign. That's not good. It's not even good that we're talking about it being a possibility, let alone the fact that it could actually happen within the next couple of weeks or within the next month or so. This is not a good sign. This is unbelievably dangerous to even be a reality right now, economically speaking. And I think something tells me, if I'm having these thoughts, people way smarter than me already took this into consideration. People way smarter than me, who have a way higher financial IQ than I do, they're probably saying and thinking very similar things to what's going on right here in this video. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if some of these top dogs started parking their cash or parking their value in gold. Maybe silver too, but probably mainly gold. The powerhouse metal, the ultimate form of wealth preservation, at least in my opinion, from my perspective, not a financial advisor, nothing on this channel is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based on your conclusions, not mine. But the conclusion that I came to was that gold is, I believe to be, the safest bet. I consider to be the most stable. I consider to be the best place to park cash during times of economic instability or financial hardships that the country seems to be going through right now. See, silver is much more volatile. I prefer silver over gold, to be honest with you, but I'm talking about during financial hardships. Gold, I consider to be the much more stable metal between the two. I see silver to be the opportunity metal, of course, but gold I consider to be the powerhouse metal, the much more stable metal. And when you're looking for stability during times of economic instability, gold, to me, seems like the better move, which is why I think a lot of these top dogs put their value in gold. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. And gold, of course, grows at a very slow, steady, stable, safe rate. We can take a step back and we can say to ourselves, okay, gold doesn't rapidly increase in value. And some people hate on gold for that. Silver too. Some people hate on precious metals. They're like, they don't grow at astronomically rapid speeds. Well, guess what? When the economy gets punched in the face, they don't fall nearly as hard as some of these other assets do. They can. I mean, look what happened in 2020. Silver almost got chopped in half. Gold came down by a couple $100, but they came right back. While everything else took several weeks, several months to even begin starting to climb back up. I'm just thinking out loud over here. I just wanted to point out a couple of things. I wanted to strategically word things the way that I did in this video because I know it'll spark a conversation and create a discussion. Everything going on right now, I think the precious metals could potentially be indirectly affected a little bit later, a couple of months down the road, assuming that this doesn't go very well. I'm hoping it does, by the way. I don't want our country to essentially be bankrupt. I don't want us to go through financial hardships or economic catastrophes. Why would I want that? Who in their right mind would want that to happen? That's not good for anybody. So I'm hoping everything goes over well. But just in case it doesn't, this is all something to take into consideration. These are important conversations to have. So you better believe I'll be picking up a little bit of silver and gold. I just got my direct deposit on Tuesday. I'll be picking up some silver and gold this weekend, mostly silver, but hopefully some new gold as well. In fact, I actually got some new gold recently. I'll be posting that video on Sunday, but again, you can already watch that video and you can watch Saturday's video, both in the VIP club right now. They're completely watchable. Go check them out if you want to know what gold I got. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. With everything going on right now, do you think we're actually going to make this deal happen? Do you actually think things are going to get worked out? It's very easy to say, oh no, it's just going to get kicked down the road forever. That can't happen forever. We have actual deadlines, and I'm not just talking about random dates that these politicians are making up. No, we have payments to make. And if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we're going to default on our payments. Not a good look.
Remember to get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull with my referral link and making a deposit of any amount, and then refer 3 friends to get a free share of Apple. Link in the description.
So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. You think it's going to happen? Do you think they're going to raise the debt ceiling? Do you think this $3.5 trillion stimulus is actually going to happen? Do you think they're going to negotiate and bring it down to maybe a $3 trillion or maybe a $2.75 trillion, somewhere kind of meeting in the middle? You think that's going to happen? And whether or not this fails, how do you think this will affect the precious metals? And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations.
And of course, the brand new DYDSS Lone Wolf t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, coffee mug, and long sleeve tee, available in 4 different colors, and a portion of the proceeds are going towards the International Wolf Center.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again everything shared in today's video. What are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to be able to successfully raise the debt ceiling so we can borrow even more money, so we can actually make our payments? Keep in mind, scary that I'm even asking that question. It's scary that we need to take on even more debt just to make the payments that we need to make. Not a good look, not a good sign. But do you think we're going to be able to raise the debt ceiling? Do you think this $3.5 trillion deal is going to pass? Do you think it's going to be reduced? You think there's going to be some negotiation? You think it's going to get brought down to maybe somewhere between $2.5 to $3 trillion rather than $3.5 trillion? And how do you think silver and gold are going to react to all this? If we fail to do so and default on our payments, how do you think it'll affect silver and gold? Or if we somehow figure out a way to successfully make this happen and we don't default on our payments, do you think that new debt will affect the silver and gold? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.